All right, guys, today we are going to talk about different classes of investors in the Pokemon TCG and how they differ from each other. So when you're watching channels on YouTube, you can get some good perspective on where they are looking from, and it kind of gives you a better grip for where you should be looking for your information or who might give you information that's good for what you're doing. So guys, if you're new here, hit that subscribe, hit that notify, and as always, hit that like button, guys. If we can get 60 likes in this video, it's greatly appreciated. You guys do fantastic at getting us there. So please hit that like button before you leave. And if you want to enter into the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, I put the link right below in the description for you guys. I haven't seen anybody join in the last 4 days, even though we've gotten a lot of new subscribers into the channel here. The last 3 days have just been crazy. So thank you guys for joining. But if you want to get into that giveaway, be sure you go down in the description and do that. Also, any of the keywords is in the community tab over on my homepage for the channel. So hit my name on the down below. It'll take you to my channel page, which has got my header above. Go over to the community tab, hit the community tab, and you can go through the keywords or code words on every one of the videos thus far. I've got the video linked inside of the community tab with the actual video or the form that you need to put it into. So make sure you do that, guys. I'd like to give everybody the best opportunities that they can to get into this and, of course, get the extra entries. So with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and talk about what we want to today, which is the investing and what's the difference between investors. Now, to me, there are several different classes of investors. Number one that I really see quite a few videos of, quite a few channels that are very successful are going to be what I call your high-end investors. These are guys that are spending $50,000 plus a year. You can look at Rudy, you look at SM Pratt, you can sit there and look at Twice Baked Jake. You know, these guys are spending big money. They're buying high-end collectible items. They're investing in the PSA cards, high-end PSA cards. They're buying, like Rudy, buying rooms full of Pokemon, dropping $200,000. He said that in several videos. He's walked in and spent $200,000 on a Pokemon room of all different products, sealed, PSA, everything, because he just wants it and he can turn it into it. And a lot of these guys own businesses too. I know a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these guys that are growing into the high-end side are actually individuals that usually have some kind of business format underneath it. And they have that working capital to be investing in things. Not all of them, but a good portion of them actually do. And that's how they actually continually regenerate that income, that war chest that I like to call it, in order to get that best deal or that better product or that item that we might not even be anywhere near, such as for myself, looking at gold stars or shiny Pokemon is just not a realistic aspect for myself at the price range that I'm in. Next thing I'm going to talk is middle ground people. Now, this middle group is what I'm going to say $50,000 down to around $2,000. Like myself, you're not spending major dollars, but you are continually taking money and kind of rotating it around. This class of individuals are typically your flipper and long-term investors. So like myself and a lot of us other channels about my size or my profit and selling wise, we are taking products that we think are going to be at their lowest, hopefully short term, go up, sell, and then we continually ride the markets, and we're constantly playing like evolving skies. We're playing the reprints to them going short on stock to hopefully getting out before the next reprint, and then we continually are rotating that stuff through. And it's not that we're sitting there trying to be flippers. The ultimate goal is to try and continue to build that war chest up. We want to get that income so that we can continually build on ourselves to get that higher end product and maybe chase gold stars or shining Pokemon. But we're active investors. We're actively using the markets just like you would on crypto and a lot of times on stocks and bonds and things like that, and even going into commodities. We're using the highs and lows, the peaks and valleys of the markets. We're constantly watching and we're constantly buying and selling and buying and selling, maybe even the same product several times, just staying ahead of those peaks and valleys to maximize our profitability and really try and grow that war chest so that we can move up in the bigger, better, and higher things while we are still keeping stuff behind to build a portfolio of products that are long-term holds. We're doing both. A lot of the channels and a lot of the individuals that you see with YouTube channels telling you investing tips are doing this. Last group that I'm going to talk about for the investing side is your low-end investor. These are people that are spending maybe a couple $100s a month or every couple months They're buying a couple booster boxes, maybe a few ETBs. They're buying some, maybe a PSA card here or there. And realistically, they're looking at it more of a passive type of form of income, to where they are taking that, putting it away in a closet or in a storage facility or a storage area inside of their home. And they are just waiting for it to appreciate over time. And they just continually add to it as they keep going. Most of the time, these are the just people that are interested in the hobby. They enjoy it, but they really don't want to have or want to spend that huge amount of money into the hobby to try and build these investments or war chests. These are the people that we need. They actually do have good places to sell for the middle ground investors. They're also constantly looking for a good deal, and they actually are very, very important to the overall health of this, what I want to say, community, or this investment community, is being sure that them lower end tier people are constantly getting what they need to sustain. The last part about that I'm going to look at too is that there's collectors out there. Now, collectors are where they fuel our fire. These are the people that want the products. They want to purchase that ETB because it looks good on a shelf. They want to purchase that V-Box because it fits their collection. They're looking for the Flareon, the Jolteon, the Vaporeon cards. They're trying to pull these evolutions out of Evolving Skies. They're opening it up for that master set because they want those PSA cards in their collections. These are the people that investors are selling to and we're catering to try and make them happy and get the products that they're looking for their collections. So those are kind of the different groups that you're looking at. Now, when it comes to this channel, I tend to try and cater towards both the middle ground and then the lower class. And the reason I like doing that is because, like my budget series, it gives people the opportunity, such as the lower people that are just trying to spend a couple $100s here or there. It tells them the products that are available. And I like trying to do that series with maybe some multifaceted items where, number one, they're going to gain fairly quickly. Maybe a year or two, you'll see some upward movement on that and actually be able to see some profitability out of it fairly quickly. So if you want to take your passive investment ideas, or you start getting more money into your investment into Pokemon, you have that ability to have that active Pokemon product that you could maybe sell rather quickly and get that money to start yourself rolling. Or you could just go passive with it. You could sit there and put it away and come back in 5 years, and it's going to go up in value because it's a hot item, such as a Pikachu box, or the Charizard Chase and Darkness Ablaze, or Chilling Reign, which, yes, it's kind of a sleeper now, but I think in 2 to 3, even 5 years, it's going to be still $150 to $200 box for you being able to purchase it around $75 to $90 right now. Is that good value in 3 to 5 years? Yes, it's a great opportunity to get a little jump ahead. So that's where I kind of cater this channel to give you guys that best case to pick and choose, go where you want, and give yourself that building steps that a lot of these middle ground investors have done in the past, and give you that leg up to try and get into it. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with this today, guys, is just talk about where you're looking at. And when you're looking at channels, definitely try to evaluate where they are in their investment terms. You can usually tell by the items that we're talking about, how we're talking about the markets. You know, we're really watching the ups and downs. We're talking about reprints and explaining what's going to happen with reprints. We're telling you when the good time to sell items is. We're telling you when the good time to buy items is. So you know that that's a good middle ground person, even some high-end ground like that, that'll be able to do that. But we are seeing a new influx of people, too, with the success of several channels right now going up and up, including ourselves. We've been seeing great movement with the informational side of the Pokemon world, you know, not just the investment side, but also the market, and also just keeping you up to date with new sets, when things are getting released, when products are coming out, when reprint dates are going to be. So if you're looking for those products, you can jump on it. You're seeing an influx of new people, new channels showing up that may not have as much experience as we would like to see for giving people knowledge. So just keep that in mind. We're seeing some things, and I'm not going to call it channels because people can get touchy about that. But definitely just watch for these newer, smaller end channels, low video counts that are maybe giving you some questionable advice about purchasing, you know, like Sword and Shield ETBs from Walmart right now. If you honestly think that all of us investors, and this is a hidden gem, like some of them are calling it, I've seen several channels now call them a hidden gem because they're so cheap compared to a booster box. there's a reason that we have not gone after them boxes. And the reason is that we're looking at the individual pack cost, not the booster box cost. ETBs flooded the market on both Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. There's a lot of them out there. That price continually drops down because they're just sitting in Walmart. And I can tell you for myself, I have done every number I can to see if I could take them off the shelf and make profit or make something happen with those. And every number and every figure I have, it's going to be a 3 to 5 year move before we see any movement on them by the numbers that are out there. And by that point in time, I could be doing a lot of things other places before I touch those. And you can't even rip them open and take the packs out of it, because with 8 packs individually, not in the cardboard sleeve, you're looking at $3 a pack. So there's no real value. You're losing money by taking those out. You know, you're going from you're going from roughly, what I have, $4.75 a pack down to $3 a pack. So you're losing $1.75 by taking them out of that ETB. And the reason the booster box has gone up is there wasn't a large booster box reprint when they did the ETBs. There was some released, once again, not very many. So the booster box continues to go up. We probably won't see any reprints of Sword and Shield at this point in time. We've already gotten that reprint late last year. Sword and Shield is going out of rotation here in August, and we probably will not be seeing anything else coming out of that market. The only one that we're kind of questioning is Rebels Clash, but we did get a large reprint of that with the cardboard sleeves coming out. So we don't know if we'll be seeing anything from Rebels Clash either. And all of these are rotating out here in August. So definitely keep that in mind if you're seeing these channels talking about these ETBs. Just be cautious. I mean, they're not sleeping. We're not sleeping on these things. Our channels have definitely done every bit of research we can on that product with as many as is available. Maybe if you talk to your store managers, I've heard some success of talking to them, especially on the Sword and Shield ones. Hey, if I take 10 of them, will you give me clearance price? And some guys have told me that they've gotten out of there with $25 a piece for taking 10 of them just to get them off the shelf for space. So definitely keep that in mind. Other than that, guys, if you do like this kind of content, if you do like this information, be sure you hit that subscribe, hit that notify, and as always, hit that like button. If you do like this kind of content, I'll put up these 2 videos up over here for you as always, and we will see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.